Good morning. This is Ramblin' Rusty. I am here near Asheville, and here is where George and Chris Jetter have their pottery shop. This is the view that they have. And when I first got here today, I took time and spent time sitting out here in the rocking chairs, just rocking. Well, right now, George is at the potter's wheel and doing what a potter should do. He's already thrown the clay, which means he just smacks it down in the middle. And now he's centering it. And so we're going to watch the transformation from a lump of clay. Anyway, clay, you know what I'm saying. And this is the first day of daylight saving time, so I could blame it on that maybe. But anyway,
that one's got a mind of its own.
and so anyway, it's just fun watching him. I use this machine right here, and what is it called, George?
A pug mill.
Pug mill, and it goes through and it grinds it all up. What makes it smooth?
Yeah, takes all the air out.
Take all the air out, and here's what I did. This is 50 pounds of clay right here that I helped him. At least I can do a little bit around here. And so, anyway, it looks like a hat right now. And so, I've tried this before, and I did what was I working on? A mug?
You made a mug. It was not too bad for the first timer, but you had one little problem with it. Remember that?
Yeah, the problem was you don't want it too thick or too thin on the bottom. Well, mine looked beautiful on the sides of it, going around it, and but it was too thin, and so basically
Went all the way down to the wheel head.
all the way down,
Yeah.
and he saved it, and he used it as a model of what not to do. So I was famous. So now it's coming out of form. I mean, and how many years have you been doing this, George?
Well, I started in the 70s when I was in college, and I had to quit for a long time to make a living. And then when we retired, we opened it back up again.
And so he had a shop in Newmarket called Chickadee's, and he goofed on this sign up here. It's not supposed to be Chickadee Stoneware, according to his daughter.
Right. Who runs the place?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Chickadee's Pottery, right?
Chickadee's Pottery. And
Chickadee's
the reason
Pottery.
is she puts us on Etsy, and she said that'll confuse people.
Okay,
Yes. They won't know if they're looking up
right,
Chickadee's
and
Pottery
so,
or- Okay, I'm about ready to make this into a bowl.
all right,
I've got the basic form inside. It's packed in the center so it doesn't get an S crack. I can show you an S crack. Oh no, I can't. I took it away. But S cracks form when the soft clay in the middle is not packed down, and you get like a little wavy line of
Okay.
crack through it. And sometimes when you fire it, it opens up with the stress of the firing. The bottom is flat, and then it starts coming up, which is the line that I'm going to follow with the bowl. We have to pack the lip down all the time, or it'll crack on us as we expand it. It takes a lot of experience and touch to get the right touch to do what I just did. what I'm doing is squeezing the clay between two hands. And as I squeeze it together, it gets thinner, of course, and goes up because it can't go down, and I won't let it go out. So it goes up, and then I follow it up and continue squeezing as I go up. Right now, with this shape, I go up and I allow the centrifugal force to open it up like a flower into a bowl shape. If I were making a pitcher or a cylinder, I would fight that and make the pieces shaped like a pyramid, and then go right straight up with it. And probably with this much clay, I could probably get it up about so high.
Wow.
All right, here we go. So centrifugal force is going to do the job of opening it. And it's really important for a potter not to over make it. It's easy to keep playing with it, and it doesn't look fresh. It doesn't look good when you're done. It looks overworked.
Now this is an electric wheel. It's not a kick wheel.
Right. I like kick wheels, but my right knee told me not to do that anymore. But this one could be a kick wheel. It's got a flywheel underneath that weighs about 170 pounds or so. And so you kick it like this to get it going. But there's a motor attached to it with a pedal, and it just pushes the motor and the drive wheel against the... Ooh, it's starting to wobble a little bit. It's funny because when you're spinning it this fast, you see every little minute wiggle on the clay, which is good. It's helpful. But okay, wait. Let me just concentrate here on this. This is the part where I could lose it. It's getting lost here. I'm going to slow it way down and try to get that wobble out of there. I had a group. I like groups coming in to watch me throw, and I had a group one time, and I had something like this, and I tried to get the wobble out, and I did this, I did that. Nothing got the wobble out, and I said, there's one way that will always work to get the wobble out. And everybody kind of leaned forward on their chairs, expecting something really new and great, a great potter's trick, and this is what I did. No more wobble. Hey, I just told everybody that. Now I can't use it anymore.
Now you can't use it anymore. Well, we'll see how many get here on the podcast.
We have a group of 4th graders coming in on Tuesday, Rusty. And I give them a little clay talk and then demonstrate a bowl and a cylinder for them. And then we set up tables in the center here, and they make their own pieces for Christmas that we get ready for them. All right, there's a little bit of extra clay on the outside that I can save for later. So I cut it off. And we'll use that tomorrow. And then I'm always asked, how do you get it off the wheel? Well, it's easy. This is picture hanging wire. You have to shorten it up, and you hold it down tight and push it with your thumbs down to the wheel. And I usually spin the wheel a little bit toward me and just draw it. Now, remember that wobble?
Yep.
If I drop it, it'll get much, much worse. So I have to be careful handling it.
Here's
I put it right up here.
3 others that he's done. Now, of course, not everyone will work out every time. I'm going to show them your mistakes, George. Here's two that did not work out.
Yeah.
And so they're resting calmly
They're
here.
resting in peace.
And that when they dry out a little bit, they will be reincarnated
Right.
into something.
It's like Jeremiah says, right? When the potter made a mistake, he just took
Right.
it off the wheel, reformed it, and started over.
Now here is a set. How many cups did you do altogether?
140
140. Someone wanted 140
matching mugs.
matching mugs.
And
And then how many plates?
that's 60 right there. And then 20 little platters.
And 20 little.
The platters are over there
Oh,
next to that lid.
There's some of the platters
Yeah.
that he made over there.
No, Chris made those, right?
Chris made those. And these will be boxed up and sent out. Someone had what do they have?
It gets sent to Utah, and it's a financial management company, and they're boxed in individual boxes, and they'll send them out to their clients as a Christmas gift.
Okay, so anyway, let's wander around and see the other goodies here.
Yeah, I'll be ready to throw again in a minute.
All right, and so maybe let me know when you're real ready to throw, because that to me that's an important part. There's a work table. Here's another work table with some things that have been done. Chris does a beautiful thing. Let's see, they're in here. Here are some of the finished pieces back here. If some of you saw it on Facebook. Here in this area, they have white squirrels. And so that they've made some white squirrels. When they take them to the gallery, they sell very well. Down here you see Mary and Joseph down there. And then their daughter Becky is a real artist, and she comes in here and she comes up with many creative things. Here are some of the things that she has done. You see some stars, and there's some fish soap dishes, candles. There's another Mary and Jesus, and then here's some of the other things that she's done. Here's one of my favorite to be fired. This is Little Buddha. I really like that one. All right, George is getting ready now to throw the clay. And this, when people say you're going to throw a clay, here's what really happens.
It's an Old English word for twist, and I'm sure it wasn't spelled the same way we spell throw. But so you can see twisting is a lot more descriptive of what we're doing. Okay, this little piece here makes it real easy to make mugs and bottles. Hello, Chris.
Wally,
We're doing a podcast.
come on in for a podcast.
So you just take one of these little plates and put it down in there, and you can see you can throw a small piece.
And then
Take
you can
this
pull
out,
it out, and then
and
you
it doesn't take as much space as
Right.
over there. We're making Christmas gifts right now to sell at the gallery.
I call that throwing, but that's not really the throwing
Yeah.
part.
When I had kid groups in, they loved the throwing part.
So he's gonna you're making a mug now, right?
No, I'm gonna make a bottle.
A bottle?
Yeah, I need to make some bottles to put into the gallery.
And all this little extra stuff there is gonna be recycled. And
Stay packing it down so I don't get the S crack. I only have the S crack when I want to make seconds. Remember the pyramid? See, that's to fight the centrifugal force. Otherwise, I'm making another bowl.
Right.
There's no quicker way to get it off center than to have a dry spot when it's going around. I mentioned you develop a touch. Down at the bottom it's thick. Up here it's just right. I don't want this to thin out anymore. So even though I continue bringing my hands up, I've eased off the pressure someplace around in here. And all I'm doing is shaping it as it comes up. And I do it automatically without thinking.
Yeah.
And when I'm teaching people, that's what they need to learn. And it's really difficult. Lots of practice. I'm going to belly this out a little bit.
To me, it just looks like a vase right now. All right, you got to prove to me it's going to be
Get a bottle out of this.
a ball.
All right, belly it out some more.
Now I see some Native American pottery with the little thing. I just wonder what all they did to get it.
They used a wheel, but it's a more primitive wheel. It's maybe it's a stone.
Yeah.
On a pointed stone with a little hole dug in the middle of it so it doesn't tip and fall off. And then they build a coil, lay a coil around, and either paddle it up or shape it up as they spin the wheel with their hands. And they're very good. I can't do that. It would be a total mess
for it to see a bottle.
All right, now inside I've got some water that would make a mess. So I need to watch this. See, I need to get that out of there. And now I'm ready to make the bottle. The clay stretches out and it stretches in. It's one of God's best creations. It's a potter. To a farmer who's trying to plant corn, it's not so handy. Because nothing grows in it. Alright, shaping it. Now it's got a little bit of a ragged lip, and I fixed that up with a needle tool. And then it's flat on the top, and we don't want that. So I round it up. Alright, get down and take a look at the shape. I'm going to make this a little tighter. These are just decorative bottles. They wouldn't hold too much. And flare this out a little more.
What I have in my hand is a thing that you can put candles in. Chris has cut out these little spaces in here. You put a candle in there and down here. So there is your bottle. So now you visited.
Oh, wait a minute, Rusty. I got one more step here.
Oh, all right.
This is
George isn't through teaching
This is the
yet.
one that the fourth graders like to see.
Okay.
All right. I can modify the shape at the last minute. I'm going to take off some of the clay at the bottom. And then take a look at it and go. And there we go. That's the bottle.
And there's your bottle. Awesome. And Chris over here, let's see this. Chris has rolled out some dough.
I got a
What are you
lovely
gonna make?
slab here. I'm gonna make a planter.
Okay.
So I've got one, but I
And so-
haven't collected my tools, I'm sorry.
No, deal with that. But anyway, now you've seen a little bit of the workings here at the Chickadee Pottery. And this is one of the, besides that Buddha, here's a couple more that Becky did. And she's not, this is still green ware, and she's not sure what color's gonna make it.
She puts it up on the wall and keeps looking at it, imagining it in different colors
Yep.
until she gets it right in her
And
mind.
this one, she already decided what to do. She may add some more to it. But anyway, it's a fun place. This is Ramblin' Rusty signing off for now. Hope you enjoyed the tour of Chickadee Pottery.
Did you say where we were, Rusty?
Where are you?
We're in Arden, which is just west of Asheville.
Arden, just west of Nashville. Asheville.
My goodness.
Oh man, I got a lot to learn. All right, this is Ramblin' Rusty signing off. Hard to tell where you'll find me next.